Good morning, students. Welcome to yet another history class. We are doing Chapter 3 Effects of the British Rule. The previous module had thrown light on the economic policies of the British and made us aware about the new land revenue policy of the British, which led to the exploitation of Indian farmers. We had also studied that Indian farmers were forced to produce cash crops in place of food grains. Let us find out the other changes that were brought by the British in today's module. Indian agriculture was badly affected due to droughts during the period from 1860 to 1900. These droughts led to extreme scarcity of food in India during that time. England, being a modern nation, did not help India to overcome this problem. They even did not spend any money on provision of water supply either. The British had never showed any concern for the people of India. They always cared for their economic gain. Let us know about the developments that had taken place in the field of transport and communication. For the smooth business and administration, the British developed modern facilities like transport and communication in India. You all will be surprised to know that the railway service was started by the British in India. The first railway ran on the route of Mumbai to Thane in 1853. In the same year, British started telegraph system in India. British also started the postal system in India. These services connected cities and military stations to one another. Though the services were started for the smooth functioning of the British rule in India, but it also benefited Indians to connect to one another and thus increased sense of unity among them. Even the condition of artisans was miserable, since the small scale industries of India were forced to shut down, resulting into artisans being unemployed. India was an assured market for the British to sell their goods. They imposed very less tax on goods that were imported from England. This made the factory goods very cheap. Moreover, the British imposed heavy taxes on goods that were exported from India. The Indian artisans could not compete with the cheap factory made goods of the British. This led to the shutdown of Indian industries and the Indian artisans lost their livelihood. On one hand, many traditional industries were closed down, and on the other hand, Indian businessmen like Jamshedji Tata and Kawasji Dawar managed to establish heavy industries such as iron and steel industry, textile industries, etc. in India. That too without the support of the British. Children, let's watch the video on the same.
Development of new industries in India. Due to the lack of British support, experience of management and capital, the Indian businessmen could not come forward in large numbers. Yet, some of them built up their business by overcoming these problems. In 1853, Kawasji Nanaboy Dawar started the first textile mill in Mumbai. In 1855, the first jute mill was started in Rishra in Bengal. In 1907, Jamshedji Tata established the Tata Iron and Steel Company at Jamshedpur. In India, coal, metals, sugar, cement and chemical industries came to be started.
Children, many reforms took place in the social and cultural fields as well. For example, Lord William Bentinck prohibited the practice of sati by passing the Sati Prohibition Act in 1829. Indians did not like these reforms and considered it as Britishers' interference. Moreover, on the recommendations of Lord Macaulay, Indians were exposed to Western education, since there was need of Indians speaking English. This exposure to Western education further exposed Indians to Western thoughts, modern reforms, science, and technology. Since the British wanted to rule on India, they also started studying tradition, history, literature, music, as well as flora and fauna of India. We have completed the lesson and will move on to